welcome back to my channel. I know it's been about 7-8 months possibly. I don't even remember, honestly. It's been so long. But today I wanted to do a get ready with me. I'm going to my nail appointment. I haven't gotten my nails done in about a year or so, but it is my birthday like week coming up in about, I don't even know, like 4 days, 3 days? I can't even remember. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to run some errands and do my hair. Yeah, let's just kind of get started. So I'd be lying if I was telling you guys that I didn't do my skin care, half of my skincare, or wash my face in the shower. I did, I definitely did. But today we're gonna use the Peach and Lily, the Good Acids Pore Toner. I love this toner. It actually has helped my skin so much. Colorado is really dry in comparison to Florida, and after being here for about a year, my skin is starting to feel the effects of it. But I just go in with my hands and just kind of dab this in. Make sure your hands are clean, of course, and we want to bring it down to the neck as well. But my skin has just been super dry, and I have really oily skin already. And that, oh, before I forget, I'm using the Peach and Lily Copper Peptides Pro Firming Serum. I do have like two kind of wrinkles, I would say, that have become a lot more prominent since I've been here. So I just want to bring a lot of hydration back to my skin. Because, like I said, ever since I've been here, there's just really no humidity. And we've had the most beautiful sunny weather the last like 2 weeks, I think. And today it is snowing in Colorado. So I have to, you know, kind of hydrate my skin as much as I possibly can. My skin hasn't been doing the greatest here, but we're working with her. But yeah, I am gonna get started on doing my hair while I let this kind of sit. I usually let these two products sit on my face for a little bit. They end up getting like sticky and mattifying on my face a little bit. So I'm gonna leave those alone and I'm gonna get started on my hair. So before I get started on my hair, there's a couple of products that I use to kind of elevate my hair just a little bit. So I first go in with my Olaplex No. 5. This is just their leave-in conditioner. I used to really not love using a lot of this. I would only use about maybe 1 pump of it. But then I realized that my hair was so dry and I was wondering what that was. And I realized that it was because there's no humidity here, so my hair really needs it. So I just kind of run it through my ends and kind of like mid to ends. A little bit higher than my mids because I kind of go on, I have layered hair, so right here is like my bangs. So I kind of try and go from here a little bit higher just because my hair has been really dry lately. But something that you want to make sure that you do is that your hair is damp when you blow dry it. So don't do what I'm doing where my hair is like absolutely wet and I'm gonna go in and blow dry it. The next product that I use is my Mielle Rosemary and Mint Oil. I'm gonna use this on my ends. This is what I've been using to grow out my hair. My hair was, before we got here, I think my hair still had a lot of blonde in it. The next product that I'm going to be using today is my Kristin Blow Dry Mist. I've actually not really tried this too much. I don't know if you're supposed to shake this actually. It doesn't say anything about shaking, but it does say that you can layer it on top of your leave-in conditioner. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And I like this because it's kind of oily, but it's also a heat protectant. So not only is it hydrating my hair, but I do feel like it really protects my hair. I get less frizziness. I've never dealt with frizziness. My hair's naturally straight. So I didn't think that frizziness was a thing for straight hair. But when I moved here, I realized that the dryness was causing my hair to get really extremely frizzy and just break really bad. So didn't realize that was a problem. But now we're just gonna brush our hair. It is really important that after you apply your products that you brush your hair. We wanna make sure that all the products that we've used are moving all over our hair. Because if we are just leaving them there, they're just sitting on top and they're not really going anywhere. This just helps kind of move the product around your hair. It helps get it everywhere and where you need it the most. But yeah, my hair has, just like my body and my skin, has not been doing so good. So I've been trying to use really, really hydrating products because of course I'm not from here and I'm used to the humidity, which, you know, Colorado does not have. So that's where we're at right now. We're gonna kind of speed this part up. I'm gonna use my Shark today, and I actually bought this as a gift for myself. I was really, really happy about it because I had the same blow dryer for the last, I don't know how many years, maybe 5-6 years, and it was already getting to the point where it was smelling really bad, and even when I cleaned it, it wasn't doing so good. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on doing this, and you guys will see me in a little bit. Great, so hair is complete. Super voluminous. I don't really put anything in afterwards. My hair just kind of stays like this. If I want like a little bit of volume, like I'll add some hairspray in, but after a blow dry, I don't really like my hair to feel crunchy or anything like that. You know how it's looking. And we're gonna go and head on to makeup because I didn't put on moisturizer, and obviously we kind of let the other two products settle on my skin. It's a little tacky, but it feels great right now. I still have this Tarte drink of H2O. It's really hard to see with the lighting here, but it's just a moisturizer that they had, and it was called like a hydrating boost moisturizer, and I feel like this was just like a win for all the girls who had oily skin, because it gives you such a good boost of hydration, but it dries down pretty matte, I would say, but it feels so good under your makeup. I typically use my La Roche-Posay moisturizer. They have a matte moisturizer that is awesome for oily skin. Why do I keep saying dry skin? For oily skin, but the problem is that it peels under everything. So if you happen to like have even an oily, or I mean not an oily, like a hydrating foundation, or just anything in general that has a lot of hydration underneath it, the moisturizer starts to peel really bad underneath. So it just does not work for this kind of, you know, makeup look and whatnot. But this one, once I just let it kind of do its thing, oh my god, it looks so beautiful. Oh, I forgot. So I'm just putting these little hair clips. Tarte drink of H2O. I don't believe they have this collection anymore, and I bought 2 of them, so I kind of wanted to get through it. Oh, and then I have the, I need to restock on this, the Clinique All About Eyes. This one is so nice. I'd say my eyes, just in general, like my under eyes, even though my skin is really oily, and even in Florida, like I will say I had a lot of trouble with my concealer just kind of sticking to my under eye, even though my skin was oily. But then I realized that it was just because they were lacking a lot of hydration, and you don't necessarily have to have an eye moisturizer for them. But I really like this one, and I think I just like to have like 2 different moisturizers, like one for my under eye and one for the rest of my face, because my face isn't dry, but right now it's been dry due to the climate here, and it's going to continue to get more dry during the summer. So I just like something to be really hydrating, and this moisturizer for the under eyes is really intensely like moisturizing, but I only really put it here because I get a lot of dryness here, but the rest of my skin, pure oil. And then I'm just gonna go in with my regular good old Vaseline. This is the one, the aloe scented one. I love this one. I love the smell of it. I've been using this for years. So now that we've let everything just kind of settle in, I'm gonna grab my brow products and show you exactly what I do. So I brought you guys in just a smidge closer. I mean, obviously you can't fully see my skin, but it's a little bit of a better view. So this is what we're working with. My skin is doing really good right now. I was going through this like really bad period with like my entire face just like blew up in breakouts, and then I now have scarring here, and I'm not really sure what that's from or what happened, but we're just gonna let it go and let it be. It happened, you know, but it kind of sucks. The first thing that I start with is my brows. I feel like my brows are just kind of everything to me. So I start here while my skin prep is just kind of sitting in. So this is drying down too really well. And I just brush them through. You want to get anything off of them that might be just chilling there. This is going to be super quick. We're not going to do anything intense, but I'm going to go in before I forget, because I was about to, the Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade 5. I usually don't do a brown, but for today and just specifically for more natural look, I am gonna go for this shade. I used to use like a black, and I would only shade in this back part and then just kind of, you know, brush it in so I could kind of move the product to the front of the brow like very lightly. But it just, I don't know, it wasn't my favorite, so I kind of didn't want to do that anymore. It just didn't look really nice. It looks nice if I have a little bit, and if I'm trying to go for a little bit more of a glam look, but we're not trying to do glam today. We're just trying to do really soft and just kind of like an everyday look. I'm just gonna go get my nails done. I really want to get ready. I've been working a lot and I've been really tired. And last night, as a matter of fact, I worked till like 3 a.m. So I was extremely exhausted. I worked a full like 12-hour shift basically. And that was really exhausting, you know? So I need just a break for myself, a time to pamper myself and just make myself feel really good because I'm tired. Oh, and then I'm gonna go in with my Nars matte concealer. This one is in the shade Light 2.3 Madeleine. I don't know how you say that. I think it's gonna carve the brows. This is my Real Techniques brush. It's an angled brow brush. I don't know what collection this came in. I really can't remember, but it's this 089. I don't know if it's 089 or 089. Like, I don't know. Okay, that's weird because it says 089 here for the angled brow and the spoolie is 090. So no clue. Good luck finding this at the store. I know that it came in a collection for sure, but we're just gonna carve the bottom of my brows, and when it comes to my eye looks and stuff like that, I don't really carve them every time that I'm going to do something a little bit more natural. But today I'm feeling like I want to clean them up and make them look nice and pretty. I'm going to go in with my ring finger. That usually helps the most. So just kind of pack the product down and blend it really nicely and gently too, because I don't want an intense look. My brow looks so much thicker on the camera than it looks in person, which is so funny to me. And honestly, I'm debating if I want to use foundation today. I kind of feel like I should just use concealer and go about my day, because my skin is just like, it's doing really good. And not just that, but my cheeks, they're really like red and rosy today, so I don't feel like I need too much makeup or too much, like, I'm just not feeling like wearing a lot, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I do feel it. I feel like I want to get glam, but I don't want to waste like a lot of the time that I don't really have. Kean gets home from work at like 3 today, and my nail appointment is at 3. So he's gonna come home, take care of the puppies. When I get home, we're just gonna hang out. I'm gonna show him my nails. I am gonna cover up this scar here. I have been using the bio oil in the middle, and it has reduced it significantly. Like, the scarring was so bad, and I really didn't even do anything. That's the part that makes me so upset, is that the scarring got so intense and so bad, and I was wondering why it got so bad, because I didn't do anything to my brows, or I didn't try and pop them. I put pimple patches all over them. It was the wildest thing. I do believe that it was stress related, because my skin never breaks out that way, but hey, here we are. We already went past it, so it's fine. But this is the Rare Beauty eye primer. I am going to say that for oily lids, this is probably not my favorite, but if you do want like something that will last, you can put concealer on before this, and it'll definitely last. So concealer before on your whole lid, and then apply your primer on top, and I tell you, it's going to do wonders. I just don't really think, like, on its own, it's not anything bad. It's just my lids are too oily for this. So if you're trying to wear it like a full 8 hours, say you have like maybe a shift or an event that's going to last a really long time, and you want your makeup to last, I just don't think that for me personally, this is good. I tried it on dry skin. So one of my nieces has really dry skin. I tried it on her, and it was perfect, like seriously perfect. And her makeup looked really pretty, whereas mine did not. So I quickly realized that that wasn't like the case for me. I'm also going to take my Charlotte Tilbury powder in Fair 1. Oh my god, I'm trying to show you guys, and it won't. In Fair 1. So this powder isn't, I wouldn't say it's the best for oily skin. I just really like it under my eyes. I mean, on my eyelids, not under my eyes. Because it's not super mattifying. It's not super, it doesn't really have a lot of coverage. And it still leaves like a tacky layer for your eyeshadows to really adhere. So, I love that. But I'm going to use my Kylie Cosmetics. What palette is this? I don't know what palette this is. It doesn't say. It just says pressed powder palette. But I don't know. It's not the shimmery one. It's just like the full matte one. And I'm going to take the shade Nude and Rust. I just want not super natural shadow, but I want just a little bit of life back to my eyes. They look really bland. And with me, it quickly happens. I like to go all over the lid, And I'm just taking a fluffy brush. I'm not trying to do something super pretty. I just really want to bring those dimensions back to my eyes because they look kind of bland right now. But again, nothing super special. Just trying to give some character to my face right now. And I don't think I'm gonna do anything crazy again when it comes to my skin. I think I'm just gonna call it a day and use some concealer, mascara, and maybe a little bit of blush, and I don't know. We'll see. I'm honestly like, my skin just looks so good that I don't even think I'm going to use concealer. So I think that's it. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. This is just really so my eyes don't look so like, they look very stale. So what I think I'm gonna do is then I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape. This is the, I don't know which one exactly this one is. Oh, it's the Radiant one. And this is in the shade, I think 22N. So I'm gonna leave that. And I'm going to grab my NYX color correctors. So these, I wouldn't really recommend them. They're just not my personal favorite, but because I bought them and then I forgot about returning them for so long, it's been a while, so I use them, but they're not, again, not my favorite. So I'm gonna take this shade right here and I'm gonna dab into this, but very lightly. And something that I don't love about this is just the fact that you really have to melt it into your skin. And that's something that I don't like, because if you don't really, you know, blend it in really well, what ends up happening is that it just kind of stays there, it just kind of sits there, and it dries down pretty matte, and then it feels awful. So what I do is that I kind of just like lay my finger over, and that's what works really, but it tugs. It makes my skin tug with how hard it is. It's not my favorite for that reason. I'm going to take my Radiant Concealer. Ooh, looks like it, oh my god, what happened to it? Anyways, I'm gonna take just a little bit right here. And this concealer is so natural. It is so beautiful. We're gonna leave that away from my stuff because it's like it's leaking or something. I've never seen it do that. And all I'm really gonna do is keep it in this area right here. I'm not really gonna push it upward because we already have that like color corrector. All we're gonna do is use like the remainder of it working our way upward, but lightly, like super light. And this bronzer is the Anastasia bronzer in the shade Saddle. And I dented it with one of my nails one time, so that's what it is. But this has lasted me so long. Like, I've tried really hard to go through it, but man, it lasts forever, for real. Because I want something more natural and I want something to kind of match my already blushed up cheeks, we're gonna go in with, this is from BH Cosmetics. It's the Vanilla Bean Truffle, and I actually found this at Marshall's, I think, back in Florida, about a year ago, and it's probably expired, but I really don't care because it's just a powder. And you know what, I already know I'm running the risk of having like pimples or breakouts, so whatever. If it's really that bad, then I'll get rid of it. But so far, so good. I've never gotten a breakout on my cheek from it. Not the day after, not the day before, just the day after, sorry. But I'm just gonna pretty much put this on, like a lot of it, and you'll see why. So now I'm going to take my Laura Mercier powder in the shade Translucent. I have the really big one. This one was like $60, but it's so worth it. It lasts a really long time. And when I tell you this is one of the best powders for, oh my God, I keep saying dry skin. I have oily skin. For oily skin, this is it. This is it. And I just kind of take the powder and then I use the little lid to kind of press it in. And then same thing here, we're gonna dab, dab, dab. I gotta check what time is it because I'm running out of time. And I wasn't before, but then my dogs had to go outside and I had to pause and go outside looking like like I was in the middle of doing my hair. But there was a guy with his dog outside and I had to, like, you know, walk the opposite way for my dogs. I have a lot of discoloration here, but we're just gonna ignore that. It's really not super noticeable and it's not something that bothers me personally. So if I'm wearing makeup, it really doesn't matter. It's just me tapping my brush a little bit, getting some of that excess off. And then I'm gonna go over this blush so you can see how it's toned it down just a smidge. So that's why I put a lot of it. And not just that, but blush is like one of the first things to go to. I've never noticed that happen for my blushes, but I also use some pretty, like, I would say like high quality products. And I don't mean that to mean like, oh, I have the most expensive products and blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, I make sure that I have some products that I really love in my collection and stuff that I feel works for me. I just keep using it. Yeah, I'm just going to curl my lashes, put on my mascara, put on my outfit, and then we're gonna head out the door. Guys, so completed look here. So I have this really cute like knitted sweater on, some jeans, and then I have some green sandals on right now. Well, not on right now, but I'm gonna put them on. I just have carpet in my house, so we don't really use like shoes in the house, but I just put on my watch and my engagement ring, and then I put on my hoops and my earrings. I did already have these on because they're really new, so I don't really take them out, but this is pretty much, this is pretty much the completed look, and I'm gonna go get my nails done and hopefully they look really, really cute. But I'll show you guys afterwards what my nails look like. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This was so fun. I know towards the end it was a little rushed because I'm trying to get there on time and hopefully I don't get lost. But also, before I forget, the mascara I'm using today is the Ilia Volumizing Mascara. All right, bye guys. I am already in bed, but these are my nails. If you hear any background music, it's my fiance. He's playing on his game. But these are the curlies. Let me see if I can show you guys the other ones. I mean, it's the same thing, but still, look at how beautiful these are. I've never done anything like this. But yeah, look at how cute. Birthday nails loaded.